In this video, we'll be discussing if statements. So, what is an if statement? An if statement runs certain blocks of code only if a condition is true. The way I like to think about it is like a gate that opens only when a rule is satisfied. So let's try an example. I'm going to write if the condition is true, the console will print true. So of course this is going to print true, and this essentially means this is the keyword to start the statement if. So if the condition, which is true, and anything within these braces here is the block of code that runs if the condition is true. So of course this is going to be true, anything is going to be true in this case. We will print the condition. Sorry, we will print the print statement if the condition is true. So now let's try to use conditions. So conditions are what we check inside the parentheses. Usually these are comparisons like equal to, greater than, or less than. So let's try an example. We're going to let age equal 25, and we're going to say if age is greater than or equal to 25, we are going to print out you are 25 or older. So we'll run this, and of course it'll print you are 25 or older because this equals 25, and the condition checks to see if the age is greater than or equal to 25. But let's, for example, try 24. So this is not going to print anything because the condition in this case is not true. So this is where we lead into else statements. So if we want to print out a condition that is false, this is where else comes in. So I'm going to say else console.log you are younger than 25. So we're going to run this. And of course it's going to print you are younger than 25. So essentially how this works is the first block runs to see if the condition is true. If it is false, the else block will run and it will print the value in the else block. So now let's try else if statements. So this is essentially used if we have multiple conditions. So let's get rid of this, and we're going to let score equal a value of 75. So we're going to say if score is greater than or equal to 90, we're going to console.log A grade. We'll say else if, giving it another condition, score is greater than or equal to 70, we will print out B grade. Then we're going to say else console.log C grade or below. So what do you think the answer to this code will be? If you guessed B grade, that is correct. So essentially how this works is that we have the value of score, we've assigned this variable, we will check the condition to see if score is greater than or equal to 90. Of course 75 is less than 90, so we will go to the next condition. The next condition will see if score is greater than or equal to 70, which is true, so we will print out the B grade. Let's say we wanted to have a value of 68. We're going to run this, and of course it's going to be C grade or below because the two conditions here, neither of them are true. So the false statement will print, which is C grade or below. So you can do this for any of the comparison operators that we have learned in previous videos, including equal to, strictly equal, not equal, strictly not equal, etc. But But let's give this a try with logical operators. So we are going to define a variable called age and give it a value of 20. We will also define another variable to say let has ticket equals true, meaning this person has a ticket. And we're going to say if age is greater than or equal to 18 and the person has a ticket, we are going to console.log this and say you can enter the concert. We're going to run this. You can enter the concert. This is because the person is over the age of 18 and has a ticket. Let's say the person is over the age of 18 but doesn't have a ticket. This, of course, is not going to run anything. And this is because the person does not have a ticket and does not meet both requirements. So we'll run this again, and you can enter the concert when both pieces of criteria are met. So let's try a quick challenge question now to give this a try. So I'm going to print this. Okay, so let's give this question a try. So let's write an if statement that prints good morning if the hour is before 12, good afternoon if it's 12 o'clock or later, but before 18, and good evening otherwise. So let's say we are going to be at 13, for example. Let time equal 13. And we're going to say if time is less than 12, we are going to console.log it's before 12. I'm going to say else if, have another condition here, and we're going to say else if time is 12 or later, and time is less than or equal to 18, and we're going to say console.log the time is in between 12 and 18. And we're going to say else console.log good evening. Okay, so let's try to run this now. So the time is 13, so this is going to print that, did not add a space there, so we're going to run that again. The time is in between 12 and 18. So let's do it for 11, for example. It's before 12, and then let's do 19 here. Good evening, because this condition and this condition are considered false, so we'll print out the condition that, sorry, not the condition, it'll print out the, it will print out the block of code that is false. So that is how to do simple if statements in JavaScript. If you've learned something, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you for the next video. Thank you.